Hey, it's me, Bobbert, and welcome to another one of my whenever podcast. And I didn't expect to make one of these very soon, but this is about the Nintendo Direct that happened on June 21st, 2023. I'm recording this the day after, so it's right before the Sonic Central. And me being a big Sonic fan, I don't have any plans to talk about that, but that may be another possible whenever podcast, but right now I'm going to talk about most of the games on this Nintendo Direct. I have interest in some of them, so I'm going to skip a few that I'm not interested in, and I'll try to keep it in order of appearance. Some of them may be out of order, so please bear with me with that. But anyways, the first one they open up the first video they open up with is the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC, and I don't know. I've been losing interest in Pokemon lately. I mean, I'm one of the few people who like Sword and Shield, not the story. I like the gameplay, the Dynamaxing. I like that idea, but the new gimmick, terrorizing, and Violet and Scarlet didn't really interest me that much. A neat idea, but I think I'm going to skip the DLC on this one. Next, they talk about Sonic Superstars. It's a brand new 2D Sonic game. Pretty much takes some ideas from the new Super Mario Bros. Series, and we in particular, and add 4-player co-op. Looks pretty interesting, looks pretty fun. I'm surprised that it's being developed by the same team who made Balan Wonderworld a little early, but it does look like it's a fun game. Hopefully it goes pretty well. I'm liking what I see. Like, I don't think it's going to be the best Sonic game ever, even especially compared to the 2D games, the other ones. But I do think it's going to be a fun time, and assuming Sega doesn't keep milking these kind of 2D Sonic games, like Nintendo gave us the new Super Mario Bros. Series. If Sega does something like that, I feel like 2D Sonic would become stale and repetitive, since like the new Super Mario Bros. Series. Now skip on other games. It's mostly Dead Party and the Detective Pikachu game, which I'm also not interested in. Maybe if they make a spin-off called Detective Slowpoke, maybe I'd be more interested in that. But the next game I'm definitely interested in, Super Mario RPG. Excuse me, the Texas heat is kind of affecting me. It's pretty hot. AC is off right now. Need to get some water there, so I apologize for that. But it's a remake of Super Mario RPG, one of my favorite games on the Super Nintendo. I believe this is the first RPG I ever played. It was either that or Pokemon Red and Blue. I know it's like one of those two games. I definitely have great memories playing the Super Nintendo version of Super Mario RPG with my cousins. Whenever I spent a night at his house, we used to stay up all night playing this very game. Even though it's like a co-op game, you take turns, completing each area. And this new remake looks pretty fun. Seems pretty faithful to the original. It looks like it's going to add some cutscenes. And I'm glad Nintendo and Square Enix are teaming up. They teamed up before, but more like small spin-off titles like these sports games. Hopefully this could be a beginning of maybe making an actual sequel to this game. But I'm definitely getting that. And then right after that, they saw a little preview of the new Precious Peach game. Didn't show much or explain much, but it kind of looks like it's a, I won't say a puzzle game, and by that I mean trying to interact with the backgrounds and solving something in the backgrounds to events to the stories. That's what I got out of it. With little combat. Doesn't really seem like a platformer, but I'm keeping my eye on that game. And they're also remaking or remastering the Luigi Mission 2. That game was on the 3DS. I heard mixed reviews about it. The one thing that the fans didn't like was the checkpoints. Hopefully, I'm assuming Next Level Games are doing the remake of that. Hopefully, they fix out whatever complaints they have and make it the definitive version of that game. Pikmin 4, I'm not too interested in the Pikmin series, but Pikmin 4 does look a bit more interesting than the other 3 Pikmin games. I played a little bit of the first Pikmin game on the Wii. Really liked the controls there, but I didn't really finish it. It was a pretty fun game. It just didn't really keep my interest that much. I also played Pikmin 3 on the Wii U. Also pretty fine, but again, didn't really keep my interest. Pikmin 4, maybe I give it a try. Eventually, I probably won't buy it out, day one. It does look a bit more interesting. I like how you can play during the nighttime. It doesn't really seem like there's too big of a strict time limit. I won't say Pikmin, the Pikmin series probably don't have a strict time limit in general, but seeing that the day's almost over and trying to get back to the onion, it really kind of worries me, even though it's not that hard to do. I just didn't want to use any Pikmins, and if I do, it's always pretty sad, even if it's just like a small handful. But Pikmin 4 looks like it's going to be different enough for me to maybe get a bit interested. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a good game no matter what, even to hardcore Pikmin fans. But I'm just keeping my eye on it for right now. I think next, I'm going to say Penny's Big Breakout. I'm pretty sure this came before the Mario Kart DLC announcement, but if I'm out of order, I'm sorry. But Penny's Big Breakout is a 3D platformer, maybe a bit of collectathon. I think is being made by the same team who made Sonic Mania, and even though it's a 3D platformer and Sonic Mania is a 2D platformer, it does seem like it has some elements, spinning around, using your momentum to get to the level faster, and they really encourage, speed running this game. It really looks like a fun game to speed through. I think I call it collectathon. I don't think it is. There is stuff to collect, but I don't think that's the main focus of the game. Seems like a very fun game on Switch, but it's also coming out on Xbox. I may get that version first, just for the visual and performance, and maybe get the Switch version, later on if I want to play the game portably. And now let's talk about the Mario Kart 8 DLC. Not only did they announce some brand new tracks, which looks pretty good, they announced multiple characters this time, which is Kamek, Regular, and Petey Piranha. And hopefully the next wave would be all Donkey Kong characters, like Diddy, Dixie, and Funky. Really hoping, and of course a Donkey Kong inspired stage. I don't know. It's like this, this DLC update is always surprising me in some ways. I'm glad I got the expansion pack so I can get the updates. For no additional charge. I want to say for free. But really looking this DLC update. they're probably gonna save Mario Kart 9 to for the next console, which would be a smart move. Speaking of move, WarioWare Move It. This looks more fun than the other WarioWare game that was released, I believe, last year. This is more like WarioWare Shake It, or down one game for the Wii. I really like motion controls, and they seem like they're making very good use of it. It seems like a great game to get a little exercise. I mean, like, I don't think you're going to burn too many calories playing, WarioWare, but it does seem like a pretty fun game, and to burn a little bit of calories at the same time. Excuse me, I need to get some more water here. Okay, again, I apologize if I'm skipping some games. It's usually some remix collections or, other third-party stuff. And, I'm kind of going to skip through the Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, because it was just announcing amiibos and nothing else. They didn't even talk about the DLC. So hopefully you don't mind me skipping that to pretty much the main event, the final game they announced in this direct, Super Mario Brothers Wonders. At first, it does look a bit like, it's part of the new Super Mario Brothers series, but the art style looks pretty different. The level design, especially, looks pretty different, so you won't confuse, this game with the other games in the Super Mario Brothers series, so that's pretty good. Really like the idea of, all this wacky and craziness from touching the Wonder Flower. It's like definitely a fun idea. Introducing, Mario, Luigi, Peach, Toad, and Daisy out of all characters. Glad Daisy is part of the main game. That's pretty awesome. Games coming out this year, they showed, a little bit of the new power-ups, and, the one at the end where Mario turns into an elephant. I think Nintendo unintentionally turned Mario into a MAGA Republican that way. With, the red hat doesn't help. But, joking aside, it does seem like a pretty fun game. And I think this Nintendo Direct, if E3 still existed, and I think Nintendo would have won that. I won't say it's the greatest Direct, because, this is, the Nintendo Switch is still, it's on its way out. We don't know when, but, we know it's getting close. But, even then, I'm still surprised that Nintendo showed off some pretty good games, like, I won't say they're, major AAA games, like a 3D Mario or Zelda, but these are definitely going to satisfy people who already own a Nintendo Switch. I'm hoping they bundle Super Mario Wonders with a, like a Nintendo Switch Lite, pack it together. Maybe with a different style, the Nintendo Switch Lite. And I specifically mean Lite because it does seem like a game that you want to give to a younger audience. Maybe even cut the price of the Nintendo Switch Lite. Like kind of similar they did with the Nintendo 2DS, and to pack a game with that, usually Mario Kart 7. But either way, I really like this Direct. I'm going to assume that the Nintendo Switch 2, as most people are calling it, isn't going to happen next year, or at least it's not going to be released next year, maybe announced, who knows. So that kind of makes my last podcast a bit obsolete. It's still a fun video, go check it out. I don't think they announced anything that was part of my games prediction list in that last podcast. So, go ahead, check it out. But anyways, I really like this Nintendo Direct. Maybe I talk about the other companies in a future date. Who knows? I'm keeping my eye out on the Sonic Central stuff. Definitely want to talk more about Sega in this channel. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching. Hopefully I can get like an actual review up pretty soon. Until then, this is me, Bobbert, and I'll catch you guys later.